start the recording. And I would like to know if, Stephen, would you like to, do you have some words of encouragement for the students, or maybe congratulating them for completing their bootcamp?
I just have to say that I think it's encouraging, like seeing like everyone like here, considering that you had like other responsibilities and other things that you could have been doing in the summer, but you decided to invest your time into doing the bootcamp. And I know the work was intense, a lot of work that you had to do. But I think for the last couple of weeks, you have been able to come here every day, invest your time and also your knowledge, your experience, share what you know with your friends, and then making the program itself a success. And just to share, there's like a part like whereby like I think like for those of you that were just like here like a little area a while ago, we were just like talking about like how kind of like the program was like funded just to make sure that we are able to run it is through CUNY and also the mayor's office. Like whenever they have like, let's say sometimes like some little money like left over there, like what can you be able to do with it? And one of the things that CUNY is actually trying to do, like going forward, it's not just like CUNY, but also maybe like the mayor's office. It's actually ensuring that like students who are graduating from CUNY, they do have enough skills to succeed like in the industry, not just like the tech industry, but all the majors that are out over there. But there's actually a few majors that can be able to do like, let's say, things that are the computer science, like for example, can do in terms of like being able to produce like programs that train students on the skills that are applicable at the jobs. And one of the things that for computer science we can be able to do is, for example, like running programs like such as the bootcamp that we had like this time around. And let's say if there's like more funding, we can actually even be able to run like more such programs. Like in the past, there was, as I've said like before, like for some of you, like you may be familiar of this, at least like for example, at John Scott, you may be able to remember like I've shared like this like information, and maybe like others as well, like in the classroom. I've mentioned the idea that we had like the TTP, and for the TTP itself, it was a full-fledged program that was like funded by the mayor, and there was like another component whereby they would find internships like for our students, and then they'll be able to get like on the job like skills. For this one, like the funding was like very, very small, like to be able to do like such a thing. But the goal, like for example, we are asking, let's say for testimonies, the goal is to go back and to tell like the funders of the program, saying what we are doing is actually a success if you can be able to look at these like testimonials that are coming from the students that have participated like in the program, right? So, but we hope that at a certain point in time, they would consider like even giving like more money and saying, look, students need to be pretty much like given like all the opportunities like that is like out over there to succeed, right? So if they could be able to do that, it starts like also with us like advocating, like fighting for ourselves by saying we need these resources, and if you can be able to provide those resources, that would be, you know, great. So I just wanna like going back, I just wanna actually applaud you for doing this, and at a certain point in time, this will pay off, because this is a skill that you have been able to acquire, and nobody's gonna be able to take this like away from you. And also the other thing is that this is gonna make you competitive among other people that are applying for jobs, because if you were going like, let's say, without like such a skill, there was a possibility that you would have been fighting that someone who has like some foundation like in these like technologies. But now you have added like some skill to your skill set that makes you even like more marketable. So it's great to see everybody here. And then also I do know that some of you maybe will be graduating very soon, or some of you like pretty much like in 1 year or something like that. One of the things that you always gotta remember is that like there's always like such programs that we are trying to build. It's only that sometimes we don't get like enough funding to run like these programs. To run these programs, like pretty much like we need like funding, right? And now we are also like at a very difficult time in terms of like funding from like let's say like federal government, the state, and the city. We actually need like these programs. That's all what I can tell you, that we need like these programs, and we need like more funding like for these programs. So all what I'm gonna say is, if anyone of you like among over here, because you're now close to graduation, I can be able to say this like over here. If any one of you like ever end up like at a decision making table and they are talking about like, let's say, giving out like money, always remember to fund like programs like from this school where you have come from, because there's always like a need to build like such programs like this. But I'm looking forward to seeing like your programs like also like tonight, today, what you have been able to build. And that's why I'm here. I was like, I set it up like in my calendar. I was like, I have to be there to see what was done like over the last couple of months. And I heard like so many great things, like pretty much like I was keeping like an eye like week in and week out to see what you all were doing. So I've heard like many great stories in terms of like what you've everybody has been able to build. And then the other thing also, I just have like to applaud your instructor for being able to do this like over here on a last minute as well. I think she deserves like a high recognition like for the work that she has been able to do with you. Yesterday, I was actually reviewing like some of the information she had shared with me like about like this program. It was like very detailed. And I think that deserves pretty much a big applause for her as well. So I look forward to your presentation. I'm not gonna take like that much of your time tonight. All right.
Thank you so much, Steven, for those words.
Yep.
Let's start with the first presentation. If that is fine, the first presentation is going to be by Carrie. Carrie, are you available right now to do your presentation, Carrie?
Hello, yeah, I'm available right now.
Okay, you can start, and the floor is yours.
Okay. Right, just give me a sec. Let me open everything so I'm ready to start.
Okay. Take your time. Everyone else, please also start setting up your computers, and then we go to next student. Then after Carrie, we have Aurelie. After Carrie, the second student to present is Aurelie. Did you send the message yet? You're still now in the list, so you will be added at the end of the list that we have so far.
All right, let me share my screen. You guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So basically the idea for my project was a fish wiki. That's because I had a fish tank, and for everything, like for every type of fish that I had to search like the temperature, their names, like the requirements, like for the water that I need to have to take care of them. So that's what pretty much I did. Instead of searching like different sites, I tried to use Sequelize to create the different type of requirements for the fish. As you can see right here, I got betas, I got black skirt tetras, white skirt, red skirt tetras, I got bristlenose pleco and a clown pleco. And I just use Sequelize to be able to like put them into a database. Let me show you. So you can see how it works. There you go. As you can see, it was able to insert them into the database. And it just prints that it was successful. I tried to also use like a React app, but I didn't have time to finish it. But it's pretty much what I did.
Thank you. Can you show the are you using Postgres? Can you show the table on Postgres?
You mean on PG Admin?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, so you have the tables. Can you go ahead, go to the top where next to the you see the find at the magnifying class the magnifying yes, can you scroll up to the top a little bit? Okay, so your database is called FishWiki. Can you go to the browser? No, not to the browser. I meant to say, you see the magnifying glass? Can you go next to the magnifying glass, please? On the top? The magnifying glass. Do you see it? The next one. And then click on the next one, that one. Can you go there? Click there. And now can you do select all from fishes? No, remember a star? Yeah. Space and the star and the star. Asterisk. From fishes.
Oh.
From fishes. From fishes. Semicolon. Semicolon. Yeah, it okay, you're going to put it into quotation marks?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nope.
But you need the semicolon to be able to get the results. Remember? From fishes and semicolon, please. I just want to see that you have some data in there. Do it again, select. It's because you have multiple selects in there. You have select, 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 and because you didn't finish the statement. Now do it again. From fishes, put the fishes into quotation marks. Semicolon. Take away the quotation marks. I don't see what it's okay, so do this. make sure that you are connected to this database, put a /c, /c, and put FishWiki. No, /. Press enter. Yes, and now do the select all from fishes. You can put fishes in put it fishes and semicolon. Okay, I see a lot of things like black, skirt, etc. in there. Okay, great job. You used circularize correctly to do your for your project. Thank you so much for sharing your project, Gary. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Now we are going to go and Areli is the next in the list.
Wait, do I have to show my code or just the app that I built?
The app that works. And yes, sometimes we might have some questions, but you can just run your app.
Oh, sure. Let me just. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so I basically created a soccer league tracker app in order to show information about some leagues available. I included a authentication of oh my god authentication. So first I had to sign up in order to access the information. And when you log in, you will see the latest highlights from each league all over the world. And I also created a live scores section so they could have access to every single match. Wait, it takes a while for it to load. But they could basically see the details of the match that was played. Over here, they could basically see the wildcards, the lineup, and anything that happened throughout the game. And if you go on here, you could get details about like their standings and recent news from some leagues. So I click on the Bundesliga and you can see the standings here and the recent news, which also takes a while to load. I basically use a set of APIs to find the information that I needed for this project. I have no
Yes.
idea.
Awesome. So then tell me what did you use to build the okay, so you're using React, right? Did you use Babel or did you use Create React app?
Oh, I also use Node and Express.js.
Okay.
Wait, let me just find the over here.
Okay.
I worked on the APIs and the authentication aspect.
Okay.
Like I gathered all the information I needed, and to show the details of some of the leagues, like the standings and such, I created like one component that would dynamically get the information depending on the league they clicked on.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Was there any challenges that you were having as you were building your app?
Oh yes. I was struggling with using the API on the server side because I haven't had any prior experience to backend before the
Okay.
bootcamp.
Oh. Okay, so this was your first time using Axios.
Yeah.
Okay. So far so good. There I see you're using Express and also React at the same time. Okay, and then you're using Node1. Okay. Awesome. And where did you find these APIs? Do you have to, so your APIs are free APIs, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay. So, thank you so much for this.
Thanks.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Mhm. The next student is Jason Fernandez. Is Jason Fernandez here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We can go ahead.
All right. Let me go and share my screen. Okay. You guys can hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you and see this.
For this project, pretty much what I wanted to do was a simple food delivery application website. Just a heads up, it's not complete right now. I think it's like about like 70% complete. But I did have like the user side like somewhat functional. So what I used for this project, I pretty much used like the Pern stack, which is what we learned all throughout the bootcamp, which is Postgres, Express, React, and Node.js. So I want to start out by showing the backend portion of the project, which is, let me see. Let me just put this on the side. So let me see if I can be able to fix this. So I made this right here to connect to the database. Let me just show the database first. I have it right here in the SQL show. So in the database, I created 3 different tables, which is like the food categories. So as you can see right here, the drinks, the entrees, and the sides. And for some reason, I don't know, because when I tried checking on the admin application, the tables aren't popping up. It's not popping up, but it's still popping up on the command prompt. So it's good. Let me just show you one of the tables so you can see what's in the table. And as you can see right here, so for one of the tables, the entrees table, I have a select number of entrees right here with the names, and you have the prices. And it's pretty much the same thing for like the sides and the drinks, but they have like different items with different prices. So for right here, what I wanted to do was create an app that would access that database and return the data onto the user side. So I made this database.js file here. And what I did was I used the pool to try to connect to the database. And since I'm gonna be using sensitive information, I made a .env file, env file, so it would access the sensitive information onto here using process.env. And then I will export the pool object onto the index.js file for the server. And for the middleware, I had to use CORS because the app was going to be running on one port while the database was going to be running on another port. So I used the CORS to pretty much allow them to connect without any problems. And I have the routes right here. As you can see, I had 3 different routes to access the 3 different tables from my database. Have the entrees, have the sides, and the drinks right here. And the port that I'm connected to is port 4001. So let me see if I could get this running. So I'm going to open up a terminal for the server. I'm going to access the server directory. Let me start this. And as you can see, I'm connected on port 4001. And I want to check out Postman real quick to see if it's working properly. So I have the GET request, and I have the URL with the route. So I send that information, and I get a response which displays the object JSON for the items in the database. And I can also do the same thing for like the sides, to access the other table, and as you can see right here. I tried it with Postman, and then I also tried it with the console. Check to make sure that it was working properly. So let me go with the drinks this time, and you can see it's pretty much the same thing as you will see in the Postman. So yeah, so the routes are working, and I'm gonna use these routes in the client application, as you can see. Let me just close this for now. No, I think we're gonna do this. So right here on the client side, this is the application. So what I did was for all the pages for the application that we're going to be accessing, I use the routes, as you can see right here. I'm going to let me start up another terminal so I can start the application on the browser. Let me start. So yeah, it's gonna take a minute for it to start, and then it's gonna pop up, and you're gonna see the application right here. Let me just put this on the side. Okay, so before I go on to describe what's on the app, let me just go here real quick to show you how I'm accessing the data from the database and displaying it on the application. So what I did right here, so I made a function to list the entrees onto the application. I used the useState to set a state for the entrees table on the application. And I also made a function called getEntries to try to fetch the information from the entrees table and place it on the entrees table on the application from the database. You can see from the code right here. And what I wanted to return, I pretty much wanted it to return the table with the entrees. And I used the map function to loop through all of the objects that were in the table, and then place the name of the food on there, as well as the price added with the $sign. And I have this functionality with the add button to where you would add that specific item onto the card. So the card, I have it as an array. I started it out with an empty array because, you know, when you start ordering food, you're gonna start out with an empty cart. And I added another function called empty cart to set the cart length to the length of the cart array to 0, which is gonna delete everything out of the cart. So that's the code for listing the entrees, and to list the sides and the drinks is pretty much the same thing, but I just have it like set on like different tables, as you can see in the application. Yeah, and all of the information that's from the database is going to be presented here, along with an add button, so you can add it onto the cart. Let me see. So I pretty much have it to where the app goes from the home page, and then when you add items into the cart, it will all be gathered into an order summary page, which I have the code for right here. I didn't get into the order form yet. The order form, what I wanted to do was pretty much set a form where you could fill out, put your name, your address, credit card number, such and such information, but I didn't get to that part as of yet. And then once you submit all of this information, a thank you page is going to be displayed. Let me just go into the app so I could show you how it would have went out. So I'm not gonna choose anything. So I'm gonna submit the order since I haven't chosen anything. I don't have anything in the order summary. The total is 0. And then I confirm the order. And then the order form, that's where the form would have popped up. Confirm the payment, and then the thank you page will be displayed. And then if you wanted to place another order, you know, you could return to home, and then it will put you back into the home page, and you can select from the home page the items that you want. So we could just start adding items now. So let's say I want to get like a quesadilla, probably get it with like some onion rings and a cola. So I added all of these things into the cart. I submit my order, and then you can see right here, all of this is going to be displayed into the order summary, and then it gives me the total $9.97. I could also reset the order too if I decided to like just take out everything and just start fresh. And I'm not going to select anything now, but as you can see, it pretty much just took everything out of the cart. I could take a volunteer. If anybody wants to like order from here, you know, you could turn on the mic and, you know, let you order.
Actually, I would like to take a burger and French fries for the sides. Thank you.
Burger and the French fries. That's good. You want a drink? No drink?
Iced tea, it's fine. Iced tea.
Iced tea. All right, so we added those, and we're gonna submit the order, and your order is gonna pop up here. So your total is $13.97.
I have no money, but it's okay. Thank you.
All right, so we get to empty that. And the good thing about it is that if we want to select like multiple items, we could just, let's say if I want like 4 burgers, I could click this 4 times, go straight down, submit my order. It's gonna pop up here 4 times, and then the total is gonna be right here. And then let's say like if I want to have this order, if this is the order that I want to confirm the order, would have went to the order form and then confirm the payment, and then thank you for the order. So what I was thinking right here for the order form, for the information that I was gonna get from the order form, I was gonna extract all the information and then put it back into the database into a separate table for the orders, so that, you know, when the restaurant or the company, like, you know, when they're getting the orders, they can see the orders from the database on their side. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much for going through and showing us the code. I see that you used all the knowledge that you got from this bootcamp, even Postman. I was surprised that you used Postman as well to test your resources.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of figured, because like since it was like full stack, I was like, okay, so we pretty much learned like a whole stack, which is, you know, the Pern stack, which is Postgres, Express, React, and Node. So I figured, why not use like all 4 technologies and make like a full stack application?
Very well, very well. One thing I would like to add is that, like, if you want to make sure that maybe do a hover over effect on your ad buttons. So when the people click on the button or they hover over the button, it's people will see there is something that is actually moving or reacting.
Yeah.
something else, like just not doing anything. But very well done. Thank you so much for showing all of this. Okay,
Thank you so much for letting me present. Even though it's not complete, but you know.
very well done. Very well done. Now, I would like to know. Okay, so now I don't have more list because only 3 students replied to my request to get their names. So I would take volunteers to go for presentations. So for example, Pali, are you ready to present? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I can represent, but it's not so long. Thank you, miss. Am I sharing the screen right now?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So 1 second. So that's the final project, and in the final project, I literally took the best 5 series edition from everything that I found, and I really want you guys to watch it in your free time. So on the bio, I represent myself. I'm pleased to introduce myself as Hugh Dapali, and I'm honored to present my final project as part of this bootcamp. I'd like to express my utmost satisfaction with the exceptional quality of the class provided throughout this program. I have found great joy in the acquisition of new knowledge and skills alongside my fellow classmates. And after, if we go to the project, is a sentence. In this final project, I will be showing you the 5 best series that you must watch. Actually, I wanted that to be a lot of random series, but I couldn't find an API for random series at all. So unfortunately, I only took 5. And the instruction is to watch the best series, click best series edition. And when I click here, it shows me another slide, which I took 5 the best series that I really liked it. And as I said, you guys can watch it too. The first one is Peaky Blinder. That's the main character. The other one is Secret Invasion, the main character. Lucifer is the other one. Prison Break, they're the main characters too, and The Beer and the Idol. So for the coding part, the first thing is that for the first slide over here, I make the background color to be a light blue, and the padding to be 10%, so it cannot be so big. Even the margin top and bottom to be 5%. This is the link for the JavaScript, so I can utilize it to the code. On top of that, I took a URL for the image, for the background image for this one over here, and I made the style to be 20% left and negative 20% negative 20 px on top. Here I called in this one I called it best series edition, which is the moment that you clicked it. The ID is best series edition, which I'll explain where I used it. I used 3 more A classes for bio, project, and instruction. At the head for this, at the head I said my name, and for the and I used the image, another image, which is which is this one, which is my favorite actor too, kind of. For the bio, for the section bio, I put it things that I would like to present to you guys, and the project, which is the section for the second one, and for the third header, which is the instruction, you can click it. And I use for a JavaScript So when you click the best series edition, it's going to show you the other slide, which is this one over here. On this one, I took a link from a JavaScript library, which is jQuery. This is like CSS kind of, just to make the image clear and small. I open over here. I wrapped the. So this one I made an array with object list, and I call it series. And I took the title of the 5 different series, and they are different URL link images. The title properly stores the name of the TV series, while the image properly stores the image of the series encoded as a data URL. And here I put it in methods. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. I see that you focused more on the front end part, but you did some cool JavaScript in there.
Yes.
Well done.
I couldn't find it as an API for random series. That's why. Sorry.
So I like that you created some objects, that you created JSON objects. You created an array of JSON objects. I like that part. Awesome. All right. So thank you so much for presenting. Now the next students, I would like to ask Edward Fuentes. Do you have, is Edward Fuentes,
Hello? Hello?
hello? Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You want me to go?
Yes, go ahead and start. You can share your screen.
Okay, sure. So, let me just show you. You know, I'm gonna show, where can I show my entire screen? Is there a button to show just the entire screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, yes, you can. Okay.
Yes.
So this project is pretty, um, it's a big project. I mean, I was working on it with a couple of people, so I do have some outside help to help me with this part. So keep in mind that. So our project that we worked on is focused on a project management system. For those who have history with project management, just a show of hands, who here has heard of project management? Um, I'm assuming a couple people will understand that term, right? But anyways, project management system is like, for example, using Jira, using Monday.com, right? So me and other classmates of mine, came up with the idea like, hey, can we make our own? So right now I'm showing you guys the server components in which we made we made a whole server component um using MongoDB, using um Express, Cores, um Mongoose, and all these stuff. So right now you're looking at here is just the one portion of it, which is the user import, which has the Express user controls, users, routers, and yeah, it posts the names of the users, the emails, the roles and positions and departments. And yeah, as well as here's the projects, in which shows the projects and all these stuff. In which we also added a feature in which we want to add, or you get the post, or you make a new user as well. So now the front end component is majority of the work that we worked on. So this is just the front end component of it, where like you see like the main component as seen here, right? So the name is just called expansion pad currently because we didn't have no name for it. So we have projects showing individual projects. Update post shows how many people are in the project. Some of these names are fake names, some of them are real names. And also we have the task calendar, which shows projects that are due and upcoming. So for example, for July 7th, the 1st of July, which is tomorrow, 2 projects are due and everything else is all green. Some projects coming up the 5th of July, one coming up and all that stuff. So it varies. And for these calendars, we use Nevo chart, which is a big in which we in our package.json, it has good components of charts and axios and all these stuff. And here we can actually demonstrate, I can actually demonstrate to you guys some parts of it. So you see here, this is our employee page, which shows the employees, has different names. This is using MEI material, which is also part of, which is a different component compared to Bootstrap. This is much more of a high-end project, in which like it shows the names, the departments, positions, the emails, and the phone numbers. And here you can create the new employees in which, say for example, um, does anyone want to try this component? Hello?
Any volunteers? Carrie
Any
wants to
volun
try. Carrie in the chat.
Sure. So let me just add you. So let me put Carrie. Then just put Carrie at gmail.com. Password, I'm not sure. Just put password. Again, also password. Roles is just a role. You could just put yourself as a admin, super admin, or user. Currently, let's put you as a super admin. Position, let's put you as an IT, right? IT, or yeah, department. Let's say market, and phone number. I'm not sure. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0. Right. Once these all set, let me just you click create employees. Once it's created, and let's see if we can find you. So there you are. Your name appears here. Your name appears here. Carrie, marketed, IT, email, and phone number. Projects is also here. Projects is something that was currently that's currently still in process, in which, say for example, you have a project, right? You have a project with a task. Task has a update, seeing who is on charge for updates, and keeps on going. So you can make a new task, you can make new updates, you can make a new project. So yeah, that's currently what it is. And for those who are still wondering for the project, like how do we get these lovely components such as the graphs, all these stuff, we use Nevo chart. So yeah, that's all I have. Any questions from the crowd? Let me stop sharing.
Yes, can you share back, please?
Sure. Oh wait, oops. Just sure.
So who is
Here.
your other classmate that worked with you? Was he in the bootcamp or not?
He was, and then he stepped out. His name is Isaiah.
All
If I remember,
right.
he had a trip, so that's why. And another group member, it was like another group member. He wasn't in the boot camp, but he's one of our he's me and Isaiah's friend. Like so initially we were me and Isaiah's was originally in another boot camp, right? And then we hanged a little bit more at Lehman, while another team member worked at somewhere else. He studied at Hunter, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, okay, so I do have a question. So I see that you were
Okay.
using MongoDB. Okay. You were saying that you were using MongoDB for the database.
Yeah.
Was it because you guys started it before the bootcamp?
We initially started with Postgres, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the thing, so we initially, how can I explain it? So Postgres was pretty simple for us. Like it was okay. And then we wanted to, say, for example, make a much more cloud-based. Like we wanted this.
Okay.
So we focused more on MongoDB by the end of it. We did look up multiple things like, oh, we can use Postgres, oh, we can use SQL, SQL, MySQL, and so much more. But then MongoDB came much more impactful for us, in which like we use a lot of tutorials for this portion of like MongoDB, how to inject info into it, how can we connect
I
it,
see.
and like it was much more simple, as well as
Okay.
also like for like if, say for example, you want to do group projects, MongoDB has a feature in which like in which you can white page the server, in which like anyone can touch it and without having strict requirements such as, oh, this password needs to be updated for X amount of days, or we got to kick this user out, or say for example, oh, I'm not in the exact same Wi-Fi port as another day ago. That was the issue that we initially had with Postgres. Like with Postgres, you need to be in the exact same location at you need to be in the exact same location with the exact same key code. And yeah,
Yeah.
with MongoDB, we initially had that issue with the Wi-Fi. Like, oh, we have to add this person into the server multiple times, and then it was got annoying. And then by the end of it, we looked up a tutorial and said, oh, you can just white page it. And so that's what we did. We just white paged it, and
Okay,
yeah,
so yes. And how did this bootcamp help you guys with this project?
Um, the previous bootcamp helped us, for me and Isaiah's and our team member, right? It helped us by getting like the groundwork starting with like, okay, we use React, we understand React, right? Even with this bootcamp also, this bootcamp actually really helped me because, for example, there were some components in which I was lost at. For example, the front end components, right? Like the how to use HTML, how to use CS, all these stuff. Those issues
Okay.
I was very strong at. So with this boot camp, right, this current boot camp that I'm in, it actually pretty helped. It helped me understand these components. So for example, like the color components, I didn't understand that very straightforward. I was in charge of some components in my previous boot camp working on this. Also, this is still on work in progress. So
Mm-hmm. All right. So great job so far. Thank you for sharing.
sure.
Yes.
Also,
Thank you.
any questions? Any questions from the crowd? Any questions?
Edward is willing to answer any questions that you guys have for him. Anybody has any questions for him? All right.
Thank you
So
some Thank you so much, Jason, for that. We are thinking about selling this product. Like we are thinking about making it fully functional and probably sell it to a company pretty soon. We just have
yes.
to get the fundings.
Yes, keep working on it and do not just leave it. Don't everyone with your ideas are pretty nice. Please do not stop working on it until you feel comfortable. Okay, please everybody, make sure that you feel comfortable with your project. So uh it will be great and okay once you feel comfortable with your project. Do not like leave it in the middle. Okay. All right. So everyone, let me see. Is Martin here? Martin?
I can present because he's in my group.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
go ahead. You guys present. Yes.
Okay. Uh, Let me close this. You see my screen?
Yes.
Hi, so we are a team of 4 people. The names of the people in our group are, give me one moment. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Bella, Bibra, Martin, and Barry. So we created a, let me start it. So we created a somewhat functional front full stack website, which was pet adoption. So right here we have the homepage and with the images of pets. It's a website where you can where you can find and adopt a pet. We were planning to have user authentication. What else? We were supposed to have filtering, but we never got to it because there was issues with the front end, especially with the styling that I was trying to get together. So I didn't really get to work that much on the back end. So far, the only part of the back end I have going was retrieving all the breeds from an API, from a free API called Dog API, and inserting it into the database. That's all that is in the back end. And I didn't get to start on displaying all the breeds under a select list. So like under here, we have, let's get you started, enter your location. So there was another React library, I believe it was called Country State City, that it was imported. It gives all the list of every country, state, and city. And I was able to I was able to filter it based on what country you select. So if you select the United States, it will show all the states inside the United States. And if I choose, let's say, a state like New York, it will show all the cities. And I believe this can send it to the backend and retrieve, and it will log it, but that's about it for the backend. So I can show you right now. So if I go into the backend app and then I say npm start, and then I send this to the backend, the backend will respond with the data that's being sent to it, which is the label and the value for the country, so United States, and the value US. It will send the state, which is New York, NY for New York, and the city Bronx. For the adopt, it was supposed to be, the plan was to create adoption, and then we will have the user fill in some information and then put it within a card to display some things about the pet, like the age, breed, name, and possibly the image. And then you will click this button and it will display like a module or a little pop-up that will say like the person's contact information. And this was supposed to be this was I was planning to do next, but I never got to it. It would grab all the breeds from the database and put it under the options, similar to how this is. And we also have an about us. So we have, welcome to our pet haven, your trusted destination for finding loving homes for furry friends. We are passionate about connecting pets in need with caring individual families. As a pet haven, our mission is to provide a safe and nurturing environment for abandoned or neglected animals and find them forever homes. We believe that every pet deserves love, care, and a second chance. And we also have a team, so we grab random images of people and we just say that's the CEO. We also have a second team for adoption specialists and a team for veterinarian. And the impact, which is since our establishment, we have successfully placed over 1,000 pets into lovely homes. And to join our cause to make a difference in the lives of these pets, whether the person's looking for adoption, volunteering, or donating. And we also have a little contact link at the bottom with a fake phone number, email address, and an address. Yeah, and that's it so far. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, pretty
Oh.
nice. Can you keep sharing the screen for 1 second?
Okay.
Can you tell me about the collaboration of all of all of your members? Can you tell me in which part, how did you guys divide your work?
So it was mainly the front end work. Like Bella was doing the front end. Martin was doing the login, but we never got to finish it, and there was like an issue with it that I didn't know how to fix, so I had to like comment it out altogether last minute. I'm sorry, I don't remember the specifics of what they off the top of my head. So Martin, Bella, what I did was the homepage, and I was working on the back end a little bit with getting the info from the pet API.
Okay, nice.
And
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you get to grab the data and update the the database from the front end to the back end?
If you can update the data from the front end to the back end.
I mean, when you do you okay, so for example, are you able to send some data to the back end and grab the data and store it in the database?
For the only thing that works with it is the get breeds. I can show it kind of, but it will insert it. So if I do, I think I called it this, so it would, oh, I don't remember the name, but let me see. The only thing that works is the get breed. So like as soon as they hit this specific route right here, it will insert into the database. But that's about it as far as like what goes in there, what can go in.
All right. If you have a little bit of more time, what would be will you still be working on this project?
Yeah, I will still be working on it, mainly on the back end side of it.
Awesome. All right, so great job. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
next, you're welcome. Next, Sylvester, do you have something to show?
Yes, I do. My project isn't finished yet, so I'm just going to be showing you like what I was trying to actually accomplish, essentially speaking.
Okay.
I did have the time frame because of scheduling issues. Just give me one moment. Slide. Okay, got it. And I'm going to be sharing my screen now.
Right, so still not sharing the screen yet, so waiting for you to share it.
Wait, excuse me. Sorry about that. Let me. Got it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
See my screen? Okay, yeah. So my project was going to be, eventually speaking, I was going to take the images from the CAT API and like images like this. And then I was going to use them to encode information and data for security purposes. And I had to do research within this field of it is called SpecHide, which is effectively a cybersecurity feature where you hide information inside of pictures so that they are more secure. And I was able to finish this part of it, of being able to actually get the information to be secure inside of it. But I wasn't able to finish which is essentially the backend part. And then I was finally able to make sure everything was actually working properly, but I didn't have enough time to actually finish the transition of making it so that a company with their own personal images would be able to take the
Um,
and then
so
loop it.
sorry to interrupt. Right now, what I see is just
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong.
terminal.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong image. Different terminal. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's up. And then I was going to essentially turn this, let me just, oh, I'm not, sorry about that. Got it. There it is. So the message, like this example right over here, would be embedded within the image, and then it would be logged within a filing system. And then it would have then the opening and the closing of the message. 1 second. Save.
So is this like a role play game? Text-based role play game?
No, it's a security feature, essentially speaking. Put in messages and pictures so that they are more secure within your database.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was able to finish one part, but not the other part.
Oh, okay. And you were going to, and what technologies do you wanted to use for this?
I was going to use the API and JavaScript, essentially speaking, to get the images from an API, and then use the script to run this within it, so that it would be able to secure the information without the user having to interact with it, so that they wouldn't be able to reveal their information. And then,
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Okay.
But I didn't have the time frame to finish it up.
Oh, very, but so cool. The idea is very nice, and I hope that even though this bootcamp is finished, you continue to work on it.
Oh, definitely. Like this was something that I was working on for a long time, and it's just that the research for one part took longer than I realized.
Okay, great. So I hope you go ahead and continue working on it. Thank you so much. And let's go to the next student.
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead, Luis.
So I tried my best here to do a front end with React. Minimum, what I did was I designed a little bit of it in Photoshop, and I wanted these ellipses. So I took a dev and made the radius the same size as the dev, the border radius. So it's the concept, the habit tracker, to help you keep track of habits, to help you develop new habits. And here I didn't get the routes working, so I used an index HTML or HTML web page. But this is a form. I cannot get it to connect to the backend though. That's about it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you wanted to, and what is Habit about? And what was this website going to be about? What was the concept for that?
So there's this artist that made like a habit tracker, but like an
Oh,
electronic habit tracker, like kind of like decoration you can put up, and you can like check off every day. It's 365 days. So I'm taking inspiration from that. But I could not get the form to work, so I got stuck at this point.
okay. So far, so good. You have an can I see that you have the server running. I still need to work on the form in your form. Okay. But so far, so good. Would you like to share the code?
Yes, here, this is code here. Some header nav bars here. I tried to do the browser router, but I couldn't figure out how to structure the web page so that when it loads, because it was just loading the same page.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so far, so good. Thank you so much. Luis, are you going to continue working on this project?
No, I don't think so. It's
You
more of a
would,
prototype, but I'll
you
I'll
would,
I'll
mhm.
I'll try not to delete the folder. You know, maybe make into a project,
Okay,
a portfolio project, but I still have to learn like Postgres.
okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing this, and I hope that in the future you work towards you work a little bit more on it or improve it a little bit. Okay. So good, so good. Thank you so much. I believe everybody is presented on here. Before I let you go, can you guys write down your testimonial, your feedback for this bootcamp on the chat. Thank you, please write it. And in the meantime, I would like to see, Stephen, are you, what do you think of the projects that the students created?
This was great. And then just to add on, like over here, that for some of you have shared that your projects are not complete. And let's say if you are not working a lot over the summer, I know like some of you are gonna be working, but if you're not like if you are able to get like some time, just to ensure that you're not forgetting the skills that you have been able to acquire from the bootcamp itself. Continue working on the projects that you started, and then also continue like pretty much like learning. The only best way to make sure that you're able to grow as far as like knowledge is concerned is by practicing, by studying more, and also by seeing others like what they are doing. Like that's the only way that you could be able to learn and to get better. So over the next couple of like months before your fall semester starts, spend some time, maybe like every week, like pretty much like spend like some time like learning so that you can be able to grow. And then the other thing that I can add like here is for those of you that are that still have like some time before graduation, one of the things that you want to do is to ensure that you start applying for internships now. So usually the best time to apply for internships is in the fall, particularly for these like major corporations. And what I would say is that means over the summer into August, one of the things you can do is to ensure that you have polished up your resume and also you have polished up your LinkedIn. I do believe that on Monday and Tuesday you had like some time to work on your resumes and also work on your LinkedIn. You did not complete that activity that you started on Monday and Tuesday. Find some time to work on that. And if you end up also developing more projects, I think you can add those projects to your LinkedIn so that potential hirers are able to see what you have been able to do, what you have been able to learn, what you know, and what your skill set is all about. Okay. And the other thing also that you can do is ensuring that you're pretty much establishing I would say like or like rather networking to make sure that you do have like pretty much like ability, or like you're increasing your ability of like getting hired. Like LinkedIn as a tool, you can be able to meet like many people that may end up like helping you out at a certain point in time. So use that also as a tool, like pretty much like to ensure that you increase your chances. And then we do have like tools like in the campus. We do have like programs like in the campus. Take advantage of those programs that we are developing like in the campus. For example, the CIE program, like the people that help you on Monday with the LinkedIn and on Tuesday with the resumes, the resource that we have like in the campus at the moment. So also make sure that you're taking advantage of that, so that you're able to increase your chances of getting hired out over there. And if there's anyone who would like to say also like anything, like please feel free to do so. If you want to share anything that you want to share. Bella, I haven't heard from you. You're quiet. What's happened?
Me, Professor?
Yes.
Christopher was presenting for us.
Okay.
Yes, but I will email you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. By the way, thank you, Professor, for this book camp. We learn a lot. Like, thank you so much. And I want to be in touch with you too. Professor Yamil?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
Donc, plein tout era, yeah, plein tout era, oui, qui est encore jusqu'au
One
Canada,
second.
Canada, Belgique. Yeah, more.
So I was very happy to have you guys. And I hope that you guys learned. I'm going to send you the description of the coverage of all the things that we have been doing that you guys worked on. And also, we're going to talk about the badge that you guys are going to be getting. So you guys can go ahead and showcase your badge on LinkedIn for completing this bootcamp.
Thank you so much. Like, we still have access to the sheet, like, to the...
Yes, you will
Like-
have access to the notebooks and also to the
Thank you.
videos.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you. You help a lot.
Yes, we're going to email you the badge. Can you guys type in your name on the chat for the badge? So those of you who did the presentation or those of you who are here will receive the badge for completing entirely the bootcamp.
Miss, have a wonderful summertime, and you too,
Thank you.
Mr. Jason, Mr. Fukeza, and everybody in the class. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
My
Enjoy
pleasure.
your summer, everybody.
Real quick, I don't know if people saw in the chat.
By
but
the
I
way,
was-
there's a great idea over here, not to cut you off like Ajan Scott. There's a great idea that Ajan has brought up. I don't know if he's gonna talk about it, but he mentioned an idea of creating a group. If you guys do not have like that group, I would suggest you do that because that's a network that you're actually creating to help yourself and also to help others like in the class. Okay, go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, nah, that was basically what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't know if people saw it in the chat, but yeah, basically, I mean, it was something I had an idea that I had where we could collaborate with each other. I mean, after dealing with working on these projects, we could collaborate with each other in terms of if anybody is stuck or they're trying to figure out something or debugging when it comes to their project, or just any help or collaboration with your projects, and maybe outside of that as well. We can like communicate with each other, share ideas, help each other out, probably fix each other's code. But that's just an idea, because outside of this, we're kind of just, I feel like we'll probably be more in our own space. So to at least have a medium or a platform where we can communicate with each other, and continue on what we've been doing in this boot camp afterwards, I feel like would be a good opportunity. And just, yeah, that's pretty much what I was putting out. So if anybody's interested, we can try to start that up. And yeah.
Thank you. And it seems that our students are interested. Make sure to share the link for them to join the group. Bibata, you have something to say?
Yes, Professor, I just want to thank you for your help, and I've known you for a short period of time and I learned a lot and you've helped me. And thanks to you, thanks to your tips, I aced the interview I emailed you about.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so happy. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I would like to stay in touch. What is the
Yes.
best way to stay in touch with you?
You can add me on LinkedIn.
All right,
Just
thank you.
Find my name and add me on LinkedIn.
All right, thank
Yes.
you very much.
You're welcome and congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm still on the call in here. And let me see. Azani, are you going to put the link for the group? For the group chat for the student, your
Yeah,
classmates to join in?
yeah, I'm about to make it and then put it up real quick. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, actually, oh great. Somebody put in their email or their phone number, so I can start with that and then it'll come up really fast. It'll come up faster.
Oh, Professor, do you have something else
Something
in this
else?
summer? Yes, for the summer.
Yes. And the next week I start teaching high school students for July. Yes. Why?
No, teaching for the university or boot camp, like something I can join it.
Oh, I have another workshop for postman. I'm going
Okay,
to send you a link.
Okay, thank you.
It's the API 101.
Okay.
If you want to go and join for that workshop. It's on the
Okay.
30th of July, a Saturday.
Okay. You can
Mhm.
send it to me, please. Thank you, even though if it's on LinkedIn.
Okay,
Or
perfect.
now, if you have it.
Yes, let me go ahead and find the link for you. 1 second. Here I have Postman 101, the workshop for Postman. If you guys want to come, it's July 30th. Okay. So I'll let you guys go. I believe. Okay, 1 second. Ajani, are you working on getting a link for the group chat?
Yeah, I should be.
Okay.
I'm almost finished.
Okay.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, Jason, what is your question?
Yeah, so if we decide to like continue to like work on our applications and our projects and stuff, how will we be able to like publish our work aside from like committing it to like pushing it to like get our GitHub repositories? Because I know you did mention like there's like some websites that we could be able to publish like our entire
Yes.
project.
Yes. You can either use, look, there is for 1 year, there is a free tier on Amazon AWS. If you don't want to pay for 1 year, there is free tier on AWS. Also, you can use Glitch, which is the website that I showed you, but that website seems a little bit glitchy because it takes a lot of time sometimes. But yes, there is Heroku, but you have to pay, but Glitch is free, and AWS, Amazon Web Services, it gives you a 12 months trial of free hosting, free everything within the limit, of course.
Okay. Because I was
Mhm.
also considering like publishing, because I have done like some HTML, CSS projects in the past, and I've pretty much just like uploaded all of them on CodePen, but I'm not sure if I could be able to like publish like the full stack project on there, considering like I have to include like the backend and the
Yes.
database and stuff.
Yes, there are other websites, Grid. You might have to pay, but Glitch, with Glitch, you can publish your full stack, or with AWS, you can publish your full stack as well. Okay.
All right. I'll take those into consideration then. Thank you so much, Professor.
Yes. The one. Remember the app that I showed you? I am using AWS Amplify. It's a service for also hosting full stack.
Okay.
And the good thing is that if you publish to your GitHub, it automatically gets updated on Amazon Web Services.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor.
All right, guys, I just posted
You're
the
welcome.
link up on the chat. So if anybody wants to join, just to click on the link. If anybody doesn't catch the link, I try to add your contact in manually. So yeah, should be up there right now. Just let me know if you don't see it, I'll put it up again.
All right, everyone, take care. Thank you so much for having and also having my birds with you guys. And I hope you all had an amazing time. Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you, Stephen, for making it today. Everyone, thank you for making it. Okay.
I'll be in touch with you. All right, we'll talk.
Okay, sounds great.
Alright.
Everyone, take care. Thank you. One time, one day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
All right, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Make sure you
Thank
guys get to the link as soon as you can. If anything, just hit me up.
All right. Put your contact information in the chat, maybe your email, and just in case they missed the link. Okay, so everyone take care. Ayani, are you going to put it? And there you go. If you guys miss something or want to join Sajani's group, you can always join him or texting. There you go.
Yeah, so that's my email and my phone number. So we're good.
All right. So everyone take care. Good night, everyone. Sleep well.
Good night, Professor.
Thank you.